Phobos anomaly? Don't you mean tech gone bad? This does not look like any normal E1M8, that's for sure. I'm Ben with Compelled Cooperation. Surprise, surprise, I'm playing Doom. And speaking of surprises, that's exactly what this level was. This was John Romero's first level in 21 years that he made for Doom, and man, was the community ever shocked and pleased. And it was also brutally difficult, so you'll be seeing me be very careful here. I have played this before, although it was around the time it came out, so it's been a little while. There's a lot going on. I'm gonna take my time here. I am not a speedrunner. Sometimes I attempt to do levels fast, but this is not one of those levels. This one I'm just gonna try to live. I think that's what we all, at a bare minimum, hope to do. This level requires either Z-Doom or any of the other modern source ports, because there's a lot going on. I think there's something on the order of 300 enemies at least. Huge complex buildings and outdoor areas. This was the first that he released. He also played the previous level. He also released the previous level, replacing E1M4. That was after this one. Together they make a full John Romero Episode 1. In case anyone ever felt like playing only levels that he made, I know that I personally like his levels the best. Andy Peterson has conquered me with one too many mazes, so while I appreciate the contributions of some of the other map designers, I definitely enjoy the Romero maps the most. Now, as I had mentioned in the previous episode, this was done to remind himself and everybody else that he still kind of had skills to make good FPS levels. And they actually had a Kickstarter after this and the other level came out. Him and Adrian Carmack, both formerly of id Software, to make a new FPS called Black Room. Or I guess it's one word, Black Room. Either way, they're making a new FPS with the classic gameplay style. Evidently, whatever the new Doom wasn't satisfactory enough. Pop down the sewers here, take care of some dudes. And there's a lot of dudes here, so I'm gonna use some rockets I had saved up. As you can probably tell, I've been playing this as part of the entire episode, and that is a Doom episode, not Compelled Cooperation episode, so this is one of 9 levels, or 8 levels if you missed the secret level. Now this allegedly can be done from a pistol start. That is only your fists, a pistol, and 50 ammo. But I have never tried it, or rather I should say, I've tried it, I've never succeeded at it, and I am not in any hurry to try it again. But all of the levels in Doom, they made sure to make that a possibility, given the fact that if you die, you end up starting over with just a pistol and your fists, obviously. This made it so that it would be impossible to get stuck, which is important. Nothing makes a game less fun than if you've invested time and then have to reinvest time to go back and redo things you've already done. Obviously, you'd need to redo levels that you've done, but you wouldn't have to go back and redo everything. So that kind of iterative play and perfecting each level is something that Doom became known for, especially in the speedrunning community. Which started off just as a kind of cheeky thing. If I recall correctly, John Romero just started putting the level times that it took him to complete the levels, and because of that, that became the par times that other people tried to beat. Other people not including me. I obviously am more methodical when I go through levels. It's because I enjoy playing the game more that way. I am capable of going fast when needed, but in general, that's not my preferred style. Leaves too much undone. Too many enemies unkilled. Too many secrets unexplored. Somebody doesn't like me. Let's see if I can get to a better vantage point over here. Not from here. Yeah, something tells me I should just leave. That might be the better course of action. Trying not to jump in the nukage pools here, but it's not doing too much damage, so it's not too bad. There we go. That's what I wanted. I knew there was something good down here. And something bad up here. Well, he didn't like me very much, but hey. There we go. Would have been nice if that was 200 health, but I will take what I can get. We've just done an outdoor chunk of the level. We have the blue key. There is still much more of the level to be completed. If I can remember which parts I've completed and which parts still need to happen. As you notice there, all those little cracks are damaging floors. So if you happen to be over it when it's ticking and damaging, you'll take damage. Even though it's in the middle hallway that you have to go through to get to everywhere. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's the yellow key. Be careful not to fall in the nukage on the way back. And here is the yellow door. You can see the red door, but we are not ready for that yet. And I'm not ready for going in the yellow door either, apparently. I'm ready to fall into nukage, so. Take care of some guys. I always try to use the extreme firepower when I have the room to avoid the shock blast. Slow and steady is how I play the game. That's why I play on second to hardest difficulty. Although most people don't play on Nightmare, given how Nightmare is such a paradigm shift with everything moving fast and the respawning monsters. But all of this is familiar if you've watched me play through all of the rest of Doom. If you haven't, you should check that out because it was really fun. But I didn't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of unofficial levels, but given that this came from John Romero, I figured, hey, this is probably the most official unofficial level, and I think it's worth telling the story of it, and worth playing because it's very well made, as hopefully you are seeing. Speaking of well-made levels, I have recently been noticing levels that have been made procedurally generated. Let me try rewording my words there so it's an actual sentence. I've recently started playing levels that were procedurally generated by a program that was written originally in the 90s and has since been worked upon over the years. It's an open source program, and it generates levels based on parameters that you give it, and they're all fairly decent. None of them are nearly as inventive as human-made levels, but there's the potential to go down the rabbit hole of playing an infinite number of levels that you're having the computer make for you, which is not something that I particularly would like to do. But they're all decent enough. There we go. Here's another secret, if I recall. Yes, I do recall. I don't think I remember all the secrets on this level, but I remember enough to make it so that I can survive, which is, again, the best we can hope for. Alright, this is going to be useful. I just have to remember where I want to run to utilize this the most effectively. Somebody was in here. Or not. Now bear in mind, I don't have the red key yet. I'm still on the lookout for that. I just take care of some... Oh dear. Yeah, my timing is not the best. I thought I had another half a second or so. Thankfully my health was so high I am still alive. And there's a decent amount of health that's laying around here. Oh, and it's a party now. Remember what I said about hundreds of enemies? Oh, hey. I'll get back to that. Supercharge, just to refresh everyone's memory, adds 100 to your health to a max of 200. So if I went and got it now, I would only get 185, whereas if I had 100, I would get 200. So sometimes it's worth wandering around and trying to get a little extra health, because once you have it, you can't gain anything more unless it's also something that's able to go over the max health, to the double max health. So managing which things you have is always important. It's also interesting to note that he went back and did this as an original Doom level, not a Doom 2 level. Doom 2 tends to be more widely used now that it's been many years afterwards, just because Doom 2 has a wider variety of enemies. And they kind of fleshed things out. No pun intended with like flesh consumed or anything else. But they really expanded everything and rounded it out nicely. Not to say that Doom wasn't already fantastic. And I think I need to go out here. But there's a problem there. I think I need to lower that thing, and I am just missing a switch somewhere to do so. And I'm standing on this pole, but as I mentioned before, even if you are at a different y-axis, if you happen to be overlapping something else, you will be damaged by it. That guy was shooting at me earlier. This is the downside of the giant and complex levels, is sometimes you have to figure out where exactly you went, what exactly you did, what exactly you didn't do, what exactly you need to do. That is new. Hey, I was right and wrong. I didn't need to bring it down, I needed to bring everything else up. A rising tide lift all boats and all that. And if I go forward here, there should be a switch on this. Yes, it is. There we go. Nice little arrow here with the potions. You always know you're on the right track when there's lots of enemies fighting you. And in Doom 1, unlike Doom 2, there aren't enemies who resurrect other enemies. But that is a fun and exciting thing that'll happen if you watch me play Doom 2, which I think I will do, because I enjoy playing Doom so much. And I enjoy talking about Doom, and hopefully you enjoy listening to me talk about Doom. Although, by this point, if you didn't, you would have stopped listening already. So, thank you for listening as I enter into the final chapter of the, in quotes, final level of Doom. The final level of the original Doom that I'm playing, anyway. I'm just gonna go ahead and just hold down this button and let that take care of itself. Alright, something happened somewhere. Alright, that guy, thankfully I noticed, but I take it that lots of these little traps have opened up. And I think I'm going... Okay, I was going the right way. It was uphill both ways on the way to school when I was your age. Hey, there's a door. And I'll let them take care of each other for a little while. Although I have plenty of ammo. Let me just add to this mess. He's invisible, I don't know where he is. There we go. Have to be careful. Yeah, look at that level. We are near the end. I've confirmed that we're near the end. I don't have everything in the way of secrets, but I'm not too concerned about that. There are probably hundreds of other tutorial videos out there if you want an actual tutorial of how to find everything in a level, but we're here for the experience of friendship and enjoying playing the game, so it's for the love of the game is what I'm trying to say. And I'm going to avoid that health pack because the 3 health now is not as good as the 25 health later. Because it will go down. That is one thing that I did remember. That they're going to attack me there. Although apparently I was too fast. And it's probably not safe to use that. Oh, and there's the health. Okay. Well, that could have gone better, but we'll deal with it. When I was a kid playing through, I used lots of saves progressively through the level, but I've enjoyed a lot more playing through now when I'm older in single segments, which is a lot trickier, but I think a lot more fun. That's kind of how the levels were originally designed. You obviously always had the ability to save at any point, but the ideal was to play through as you went along. Come what may. That is a teleporter, but I don't want to go in there just yet, because there's more to look for, and oh dear. Well, this is the end of the level. You may find this looking familiar because this is, again, replacing E1M8. So we've got 2 Barons of Hell, and I'm going to get rid of all these explosive barrels because they are not my friends. There's obviously plenty of room with which to avoid all the wonderful fireballs that are flying around. Oh man. Apparently not to avoid my own rockets because I'm dumb. So let me be extra careful here. I'm definitely not going back to get secrets now. I don't know if that's possible, but even if it was, I don't know what of these floors are damaging or not. And I have 3 health, so let me just find the exit because I am done with this and done with Doom. And I am done with Doom. I did die at the end, but that was the killing floor that's at the end of the level anyway, so we were supposed to die, and we actually died faster because we started out with 3 health. So it happened almost instantaneously. To continue the Doom experience, play The Shores of Hell and its amazing sequel, Inferno, which I already did. This is obviously the same message from before. This is the end of Doom. Thank you for watching. However, it's not the end of Doom 2, which I think I will be playing next, so feel free to join me for that. If you enjoyed playing through Doom, feel free to check out any of the other things on our channel. This is Ben from Compelled Cooperation. Thanks for watching.